Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss topic pressure. Pressure is defined as the force exerted per unit area. Force exerted per unit area. So assume this is the area. So I am applying force on it. Then it becomes what? Force applied per unit area. If we represent it, the pressure is equal to force by area. Moving towards the units. The SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of area is meter square. Then the unit of pressure becomes Newton per meter square. Another unit of pressure is Pascal. Now the important thing to remember is the relation of pressure with the force and relation of pressure with the area. Pressure and force are directly proportional to each other. Directly means if the pressure will increase, the force will increase, or if the pressure will decrease, the force will decrease. More important, the pressure is inversely proportional to area. Means if the pressure increases, the area decreases, and if the pressure decreases, the area increases. So the various applications of pressure and area are: first, that camel can move fast on sand, but we can't. Reason being, when we stand on the sand, the surface area of R decreases and hence the pressure increases, due to which we used to sunk in sand. But in the case of camel has very broad feet, and because it has very broad feet, the area decreases. That is why they are able to run on sand. Second comes the heavy trucks. The heavy trucks generally have 8 tires rather than 4. This is because when they are using 8 tires rather than 4, they are increasing the surface area. And as the surface area will increase, the pressure on the tires will decrease automatically. Third comes the caterpillar tracks. Generally the heavy tanks, they use caterpillar tracks rather than wheel. You can see that if we are using caterpillar tracks, they are having more surface area than wheels. So more surface area means less pressure. So these kind of tanks don't sunk in the marshy area. Next comes the pressure and area relationship also applies on the knife. You know, knife has very small surface area so that the vegetables can be cut easily. Needles also have very small surface area, and the nails also have very small surface area such that they can be hammered by using pressure. Moving forward with the numerical related with the pressure. It's given that force is 50 Newton and area is 10 meters square. So we can easily apply the formula pressure is equal to force by area and you can get the answer. If the area is not given, then you have to find out the length and breadth given in the numerical, find out the area, and then you have to place the value in the pressure formula and you can easily find out the answer. So moving forward to the next topic, that is pressure exerted by liquids. You have read in the previous topic that pressure is exerted by solids. Similarly, the pressure is exerted by liquids and gases also. Here you can see I have drawn here 2 diagrams. In the first diagram, there are 4 points and all the 4 points are on same position. The water level is also same above all the 4 points. So the water pressure is also same. What we are concluding here is the pressure at the same depth is the same in all the direction. Moving to the next diagram, you can see here there are 4 points, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The water level on the first point is the highest and it is lowest up on the 4th point. So the water pressure is again highest on the 1 and lowest from the 4th point. What we conclude here is water pressure increases with the depth. This is the reason why the pipes are always connected at the end of the water tanks. An instrument which is used to measure the liquid pressure is known as pressure gauge, and the simplest pressure gauge is manometer. Moving to the last topic, which is atmospheric pressure. You all know that there is a layer of air around the earth and that layer is known as atmosphere. So that layer is all time exerting pressure on each and every object. That is known as atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is the pressure exerted on an object by the atmosphere. Now the question arises, if every time atmosphere is exerting pressure on us, then why we are not crushed? And the answer is, there are many fluids like blood, water, lymph in our body which exert equal and opposite pressure on the atmospheric pressure, due to which the effects of each other are cancelled out, and that is the reason that we are not crushed under the atmospheric pressure. Next comes the factor affecting atmospheric pressure. There are three factors which affect atmospheric pressure. First is altitude, that is height. You know that as we move higher and higher, the atmospheric pressure decreases because the air is very thin there. Second is temperature. You have learned in grade 7 that when you heat the air, it expands, and as it expands, it becomes less denser. So less denser air, which means low atmospheric pressure. The third one is the humidity. Humidity means the water content in the air, and the humid air is lighter than the dry air, which results in less atmospheric pressure. Moving to the last topic of this chapter, that is applications of atmospheric pressure. And the first one is the deep sea divers. The deep sea divers have to wear special type of suits from being crushed under the atmospheric pressure, because the atmospheric pressure is maximum at the bottom of the sea. Second is the rubber sucker. When you just place a rubber sucker on the wall and presses it, then the air between the rubber sucker and the wall is removed, and the atmospheric pressure from the outside trims the rubber sucker to the wall. Third is the jet planes. The jet planes used to fly at a certain height where the atmospheric pressure is low. At the low atmospheric pressure, the blood vessels tend to burst, and which can lead to nose bleeding. So the atmospheric pressure or the level inside the jet planes is maintained similar as it was on the ground level. Students, just do take a revision. We'll meet you soon again. Bye bye.